Hey there, Christy. Hope you're having a great day today. It's your video lesson. These are two things we're going to talk about. If you have questions at the end or want me to look at anything, feel free to shoot that on over to me and I'll answer you in a timely fashion. So let's get to it. So let's see here. So I thought today is, I know usually we jam on a few songs for our lessons, but I thought today what I'd do is I'll give you some bar chord strengthening drills to get your bar chords even better, hopefully switch them faster, and then a brand new bar chord shape based on something that you already know. So I'll go through those, and if you have questions, let me know. All right, so first thing is the strengthening drills. I've done many of these over the years, and then these are kind of like the greatest hits, the ones that actually got us like some pretty good results out of. Bar chords, as you know, are kind of like the bane of, you get the bane of existence. Once you get these chords down right here, right? They move into here. So, but obviously you're playing bar chords nicely, but we can always work on our strength, the strength of our pointer finger for our bar. And like I said, these are the good ones that I picked up over the years. So the first one is a rolling exercise. What I'll do is I'll just kind of like lightly touch the 5th fret right here. It's a pretty good fair spot to start. And then what I'll do is I'll take my 2nd, 3rd, and 4th and kind of just keep them curled, just hanging over top of the strings. So you have a space between my 1st finger and 2nd finger right here. And I'm just going to keep them hovering right over top, about maybe ½ inch, ¼ inch off the fretboard, about a finger's width off the fretboard. And what I'll do is I'll slowly roll my bar finger back and forth, trying to fret only one string. Now we're going to try to fret one string. It's hard to do that, but that's kind of like the ideal. So I'll go, right? So right there, I'm trying to fret the 1st string. Then I try to roll the finger a bit more. So notice my bar is straight. Keep my fingers curled. Roll. The hard ones, these middle ones are the hardest ones. Roll back. And what this does, it helps kind of flatten out that part of the finger. So it's kind of making sure that you are checked into like, am I really fretting that string when I do my bar? A lot of times you get like a lot of this, especially on minor chords. Not that you're getting that, but that's just like a common thing I see. So if you take one of these students, this is a good bar chord exercise. So you roll that bar finger back and forth in that fret, kind of making sure you can apply pressure in a hyperextended position like that right there. Another one is a curling exercise. So this one is where I have the bar down, and then I curl my fingers down, my 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and then curl them up. Notice how close I'm keeping them to the fretboard, right? So keep them close, curl down, and then curl back up, curl down, and then curl back up. Now with this exercise, and I guess all these bar chord exercises, that they're not meant to be done all afternoon. I would really I might do 30 seconds of each one, if that. When I first started doing it, the teacher who showed me all these was like, you can stress out these muscles if you're not used to doing bars for extended periods of time. Like obviously you can play bar chord songs, but how long can you do a bar chord for? And so in these songs, or so in these exercises, maybe shoot for 15, 45 seconds at most, and then stop and go do something else. And then like later on they come back and do like another 15 to 45 seconds. You don't need a whole lot. For me, when I was an undergraduate learning this kind of stuff, I did them at the beginning of the day and the end of the day, and by the end of the month, my bar chords were like super solid, right? So don't feel like you have to do them all day. You just do them I'm talking 45 seconds at most, right? 30 seconds is great, right? Don't try to stress out your hand, right? Doing this right here is like harder than everything that you need to do in the song. So just work that out, do a couple okay, good. You'll do 10 seconds, go, right? Another good drill is based off the curling exercise, and this curling exercise, and it's this. Out to the side. Out to the side. So curl down, up and down, out to the side. And that'll help build that strength in the space between the 1st and 2nd finger. Speaking of the stretch between the 1st and 2nd finger, doing partial bars is a great way to get better at that separation between 1st and 2nd finger. If you watch it here, see like that space? Whenever I do bars, I spent a lot of time making sure that there was a gap in between my 1st and 2nd finger so that this wasn't happening. Not that you do this, but like say if you're playing a minor chord, this is what I see a lot. I'll see like a lot of this. That feels weird to me now, but if I go back and look at pictures of me, like I was actually even like maybe 1st year in college, I look, I'm like, oh my God, look at that technique, it's awful. Right? So doing this, build that strength in the hand. Anyway, so back to partial bars. What I'll do is I'll take my finger and I'll do a pyramid finger, right? So I got my great pyramid right here. I got this nice hyperextended tip joint right here. And what I'll do is I'll bring that around to the fretboard and do a partial bar. I'll do it right here I'll be barring here on 5th string and 4th string. Notice like if I had a laser pointer here, my tip of my finger would be pointing back at myself. My thumb is a little bit higher on the neck. I gotta like, with enough space here, maybe fit like a finger or so. Like through here, usually what I'll do is I'll take a pencil and kind of pass it through, right? About that much room. You don't wanna have it up like this quite yet. You don't wanna have this right here. That's also a no-no. So I'll take that first finger like this right here, and what I'll do is I'll just practice just going like, this is strictly just an exercise. It's not meant to sound like anything. So if you're looking to just do some drills to kind of strengthen up your bar, this is what you do. On that, you do this. Right? Sounds, what was it? Arabic or something like that. Pyramid finger, right? Right. But it's not meant to sound like anything. It's just strictly a strengthening drill. So I have this right here. I have my pointer finger, and notice I have that gap in between. And as all things with all exercises, they're like, oh my God, why does this suck? All right. But what you do is you do just that just a little bit, and the more you do that, the bars themselves are going to seem that much easier, right? If an exercise is easy, that means it's too easy for you, and we should be doing other exercises. So cool. And then the last thing I want to talk about is just a new bar shape. Is based off of this. It's based off of this shape right here, your movable major shape. Oh, sorry. And you just take your pinky off. And you got yourself a 7th chord, so bluesy sounding. Right? And a song that uses this Rocky Raccoon, I know you're pretty good at picking out the chords and changes and things like that. For this one, and then it goes to a D7, and then it goes to a G7 chord. So you can play A minor, to a D. Some of the tabs will say G7, you can do that right there, you know that shape. And then when it says G7, that's just this bar chord here without your pinky. This future. Right? So we have, yep, so A minor, and then it goes to D, you can look at the tabs for this, and then to G7, right? So that's just a new chord that you can add to your arsenal of things that you already know. So I'd like you to work on Rocky Raccoon's a great song. You can just remind me next time if you want. It does have a little bit of a pick to it, so it would be a picky song for us. You can strum it too, how we usually do it. But you can incorporate a brand new chord shape into your playing. So it's just simply this shape right here. I tabbed it out for you. I'm sure you'll be able to read that just fine. But in case you need to see it for whatever reason, it's this, and then you take the pinky off. And if you do your bar chord stretches or exercises, that would be much easier to hear over time, right? Remember, it does take time for these exercises to congeal. Awesome. Work on that for me. And if you have any questions, let me know. If not, I will see you next Saturday. Take care.